Hello. Welcome. How's it going? Ryker's coming downstairs. If you can hear them. No, I'm not.
Do you need this light on?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, it looks fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot that one was on. Because I came down here, it was dark, because the, like, thing tripped. What?
There's a spider web going across my desk.
There's a spider web going across your desk?
My light bar down to, like, my mic standers.
It's spider season. But we have an extermination company for that. They just sprayed for fleas and ticks in our yard because the ticks here are real. Yue, every time we take her for a walk, we don't even let her touch the grass in some areas, and they just like crawl to her. But it's fine. We've only had a couple problems. We just had to like, you can like see them get up on her because she's like light colored, and you just, and then they go away, kind of. But the ticks are real this season. But how's everybody doing? What's going on? Let me give you guys a little update. So today is Tuesday. It does not feel like Tuesday. I feel like it's Wednesday. But I've been editing a hopefully Hey Bye video that's gonna go out on tomorrow if I can finish it. Let me show you what I'm in. Okay, wait. It should be on our YouTube channel so I can go there. But Hey Bye is my personal channel, and I share very, very deep personal things for whatever reason. But here's the link of follow. I'm really talking about my breakup, I think. I still have to watch the footage to see how, honestly uncomfortable I am. But I think I'm going to split it into two because I talked for an hour about it, and I feel like I could just talk more about it too. But that is tomorrow. I'm also working on a podcast for Smoke and Mirrors, which I can also grab that for ya if you're interested in all of our channels. But for Haunted Smoke and Mirrors, and a lot of people that have been here for the last couple days have been hearing all these updates. But I'm hopefully gonna get a podcast out on Thursday, and I'm thinking I can do that. But the podcast is about love and light bullshit. It's mostly the like toxic positivity of spirituality. It's a big umbrella term that we're using for people that kind of lean more into the like woo-woo, I need to be happy in order to raise my vibration type of shit. Because as you guys know, we are very much not love and light. We talk to demons all the time, and we use Ouija boards on the daily, so we thought it would be a fun topics to start a conversation about. But also on Thursday, we are planning on doing a collaboration. So if you haven't been in the live streams or on Discord, we're hoping, we're not saying I'm hoping, we're planning a live stream with the side-eye guy. Yes, the side-eye guy, the debunker. We're planning on doing a like debunker versus psychic medium thing. And we asked him, because we had like a lot of back and forth in one of our live streams this week, and we're like, you know, it'd be really cool to just kind of like sit and talk about our belief systems and like compare and contrast, because I don't know how that they're that much different than, you know, the side-eye guy. And we're going to explain mediumship to him a little bit more, and it's going to be spicy, interesting. I don't know. I think it's crazy because like we have 2 psychic mediums go on a debunker's channel. That's happening Thursday night, Eastern time, because he's over in Australia, so it's technically like morning time for him, but for us it'll be like evening time. We haven't gotten a for sure on the time, and if anything changes with that, we'll let you know. But that is that. Also, we are having a sale on the Etsy's. I think it's like this. Hold on. Maybe that will do something. If not, I'll find the link for you. But we are having a sale on Etsy. What's up? It's 15% off everything. So if you guys are interested in those custom candles that are very popular, everything will be 15% off until July 5th because we're doing a July 4th sale. And I think that's it. So today we're going to be doing some readings. I have tarot cards. This is like one of my first decks that I got. I got it at a metaphysical store. I have the box. It's called the Shadowland Tarot. And this deck is one of the decks that like helped me learn how to read tarot, and it's one of my favorites. So I'm going to like restock the reading. So if you've never been here, you've never done readings with us before, let me explain a little bit. So the link is at the top of chat. It's also in the description of the video, but I also have it here. If you guys are interested, click into that. How this works is I will stock 5 initially, and then once I'm done with those 5, so sometime in between, like in the middle of the live stream, it should be like an hour and a half-ish. That will be when I'll restock more. So I'm trying, the goal is to at least do 10 today, but it might be more or less. So if you do join and it's not at the beginning, you do have a chance to purchase after I stock them the first time. But we're going to start with 5. We have also been told by you lovely people that these things tend to go pretty quick. So if you sign into PayPal and get all of that associated, I don't think you necessarily need a PayPal, but it makes it go faster or something. I don't know. People have been telling us the hints on how they get readings. So I'm just giving you guys time to click on that and get yourself situated before I restock them. So I'm going to restock them in 3, 2, 1. And they should be there. So if they're not there, you don't see them, refresh the page. It should put them in there for you. Live tarot readings. Vanessa! Hello. How's it going? How is life? But yeah, these readings will be $35 or more if you want to tip beforehand. Also, if you guys are interested, I have private readings available, which I think I am changing the way that I'm going to say private readings. I have private readings available currently. I think I'm going to change the way that I do it. Instead of writing the email, I want to make a like pre-recorded video. I like record a video for your questions and then send it to you. I don't know that pre-recorded is the right word. It's just not in person. It is a recording of me giving you your reading. So if you don't want it live, I also have that. And that's going to be more like in depth. These ones are going to be more short and quick. Work is hard. I miss you too. Have they started giving you like things to do? And then I need to go to payments. Okay, so first one we have is Cass. So Cass, are you here and do you have a question for the tarot cards? And I'm thinking for these, I'm just gonna shuffle them whatever comes out. They'll be like 15-ish minutes, 10, 15 minutes each. But if you have a question, let me know. Let me know you're here. Cass, you're first. Yeah, I have this scribble deck, which is like OG deck. But I also have a newer deck, which is kind of funny because I have the Exorcist card first. This is a horror tarot deck. We got this in, what's the mountain town called? Julian. But it's a really fun deck. It's a lot less, hokey than you would imagine. I'm here, no question, just general. Okay, awesome. I get grunt work, just the stuff no one wants. Yeah, that's usually how it works. Okay. So, first card we have Justice. So, Justice for me usually deals with it deals with cause and effect. So, you can see this little tree. This little tree has the the scales. So, when you put a weight in one, it drops. With Justice, I usually view it as a cause and effect. You are putting causation into the universe. You're putting a weight into one of those scales, and you're getting an equal and opposite reaction of it falling down. I feel like you're making a lot of change in your life, and it's going very well for you because you have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is like some sort of success. It's usually a public success, but the Page of Wands reversed makes me feel like it makes me feel two things. I feel like it's a little bit uncomfortable because you feel kind of like imposter syndrome from it. But at the same time, I feel like there is kind of like a loss of creativity, if that makes sense. Because the Page of Wands is usually someone that is very inspired to go out and learn things and figure out things, try new things. So this being in reversed makes me feel like there's kind of been some loss in that, but there's also this I feel like I'm not good enough to do that, some imposter syndrome, and it might be triggering some trauma. You have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups usually deals with childhood trauma and trying to figure out and release that. And then I have a Knight of Cups sideways. Knight of Cups is figuring out your dreams. I feel like you're trying to decide if what you're doing in your life is fulfilling you and is what you actually want, because I feel like there is something missing. I feel a sensation of there's a little piece of you missing in what you're doing now that you feel that you want. And then you have King of Cups. So King of Cups usually deals with it's usually compassion. And then you have the World card. It's just more of the same of you're trying to figure out why you're not I don't know. I feel like you're doing very, very well. You feel very successful, but you feel unfulfilled. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So let's get into more of a how do I change that? What do I do about that? Okay, you have Five of Swords. Five of Swords feels a lot like conflict. It is usually conflict in truth. So I feel like you are fighting I feel like you are in a battle of your own mind and with other people out in front of you. It's kind of like you're fighting your inner battle of who am I, what do I want to do, but you're also fighting an outward battle with other people and their opinions of you, of what they think you should do. And it's making you give up your dreams and it makes those dreams feel impossible. Did you guys see that? Oh, there it is. There's we did a live stream yesterday and there were 3 moths down here, and I feel like they're multiplying. I don't know what's happening. Spooky vibes. Yeah, you like the red? Ryker changed the lights back there. Spooky tarot readings. Oh, I love it. Okay. Okay. You also have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you feel this pressure to be very perfect and all together, put together. You feel sorry, this is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is very aspirational. You're kind of going full speed ahead towards the things that you want, towards your aspirations. But there is just this it's not fun anymore because of the perfectionism. You feel like everything needs to be a certain way and you're not experimenting anymore, because again, you have this Page of Wands that came out in reverse. You don't have that like that free spirit experimentation of like trying and learning new things. It's kind of just over perfection, like over perfecting everything. And it's just, you feel like you have to be perfect in order to even achieve the things that you want. Does this make sense? Do you have any questions? We just need a shadow to go across the back. Listen. Seven of Pentacles is your advice. Seven of Pentacles is upside down or in reverse. This card is representing you need to focus on what's going on right now, not what's going on in the future. It is a like short-term reward or success. So I feel like you're constantly worrying about what's the next, what's next, what's next. So you never feel fulfilled in the moment because you're always working towards something that feels almost unachievable. So accurate. Well, things are changing before I can really grasp it. And it's true that my new career isn't the one I can really get creative with. Yeah, so they're telling me that you need to focus on the things that are happening right now. Don't try to perfect things for the future because it's going to make you lose the importance of the present. So let me know if you have any questions. But I feel like that is the consensus of your reading. They're going to continue to tell you the same thing. Sorry if you heard that. His ring smacked against my mic. Okay, while you answer, if you have any questions, let me tell you guys the order. So we just did Cass. Jada will be next. And then McBrendan, and then Rainey. I dropped one. But yeah, Cass, let me know if you have a question. And then Jada, let me know what your question is, because I can see that you're here. No questions. I've been trying to live in the present, but it's hard for me, lol. Yeah, I know what you mean. Because I feel like you're very, I don't know, I feel like you're the type of person that wants to learn everything. And in order for you to continue learning, you have to continue growing. But it's also kind of like, I don't know what the right word is. A society doesn't like creativity. Society likes to put someone in box and just like repeat it over and over and over and over again. Hey, Em, I'll be back. Sure thing. Yeah, your reading isn't for a while. I got two in front of you. But yeah, Jada, do you have a question or would you like general?
Hey, I have a question for you.
Yes.
For his identity part,
Mm-hmm.
in the very beginning, I see that you marked it, the two sections pink,
Yeah.
and there's one part green.
Yeah.
Between that, is that like...
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, she answers. No, you can interrupt.
So like, there's this part, and this is where I showed the picture.
Oh yeah, it's green because the picture. I don't know if you want that in there.
Okay, because I was thinking about like, maybe leaving this in and just like blurring
Yeah.
it and like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was understanding. What
Yeah,
you
I didn't want to like put it in there and hide it. So there was a
And-
couple that changed color. A lot of it is just it doesn't really matter what the color
that's
is.
okay. Because I see like I'm assuming all of this is the like this is us talking about it.
Yeah.
and stuff.
So like this is part
Part
one.
and
This
this
part
is sleeping,
two.
and this is the morning.
This is I don't know if you want to include that, and then the part three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, there's places where I marked.
There's no marks
where their names are.
this like.
The marks will be.
Oh, they're on the
the
actual thing.
timeline.
Okay.
Because if you like remove stuff, it will make the marks all fucked up.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
So where there's like different things, that's also where his name is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that you could find it when going through it.
This is great, thanks.
Oh, your question didn't go through? Hold on. Okay, will you put it in on Discord? Jada? It might be, or like, did you say anything about mental health? Because if you said something about mental health, YouTube likes to block that because I put that in there because I don't want to be diagnosed by strangers on the internet. But yeah, Ryker, let me know if you have any other questions.
Yes, that's it.
I'm good to be interrupted. Yeah, if you want to do it through Discord, that works too. But yeah, I don't see a question. I think YouTube is blocking a word or something. Right. Yeah, so if you have to spell mental health, spell it with like a 3. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you abbreviate MH. Okay. A reading on my physical and mental health. And a life goal I'm trying to achieve. They all tie together. Also, anything else my guides have to say. Yeah, we have to block the word mental health because people think that they are allowed to comment on our mental health, and I think that's rude, so I just remove them altogether. But it causes some issues with this. So, physical and mental health and life goal I'm trying to achieve. They're all tied together. Okay. Okay, so let's start with your first card. You have the 4 of Swords. You can see that it's like the skeleton in this like hammock. This card deals with rest, but when it's in reverse, you're overthinking the rest. I feel like things are very, very slow, and I feel like they're slow for a reason. I feel like there is too much going on, and your expectations of what you can do are not adding up to what you physically can do right now, and it is frustrating. It's kind of like you used to be able to do like 20 things in a day, but now your body, mental health, whatever, are only allowing you to do one thing, and it is confusing and frustrating to like adapt to that because it's like, I don't know, I feel like you're the type of person that is like go. You want to do as much as possible and put yourself into as many things as possible, and you're very good at that. You're very good, you're very adaptable at all of those things, but now things feel so much heavier than they were before. So now things feel like you can't pick them up or do them, and it's very confusing for you because that has never been how it like has been in the past. Does that make sense? But yeah, you also have the Seeker or the Fool card. Fool card is sideways, representing decision or action, but that card is usually like a leap of faith. You want to do something different. You want to like go out and like make crazy change and like try crazy things. And that is also the thing that's making everything feel so heavy. Because you want to do this, but because you feel so horrible all the time, it makes you feel like insecure, like you can't do it. Sorry, it's like hard for me to explain because I'm experiencing the same thing. This is me. This card like embodies who I am as a person. I want to experiment. I want to try things. I want to like be creative. I want to do like take a lot of risks, but waking up and getting out of bed is all I can manage right now, and that is very confusing for me because I'm like, that has never been my mentality, even when I was depressed before. So they're like, you feel the same way. You feel like you're not you unless you are doing those things, which is why this card is sideways, but you also feel like you can't do them because it feels like too big a step. Okay, we have the Magician card reverse, meaning I feel like you normally feel like the Magician with all of your resources at hand, but you just don't feel like you have the resources there. You feel like you don't know what to do. You have the Six of Wands. This card is usually success or failure. I feel like you're constantly worried and thinking about that. Tower card. They make me feel like the Tower card already happened. I feel like this happened. This is why you feel like that. It caused a lot of heartbreak. And the heartbreak is now making you question things about yourself. And you're like, not ready to deal with it, but at the same time ready to deal with it, which is why it's sideways. Like, it's almost too painful to deal with it, but you're also kind of sick of it, so you want to heal it. So you're kind of like forcing yourself to like... It's kind of like you're bleeding out and you're putting a bandage over your, like, huge cut in your body. Does that make sense? You're, like, trying to put Band-Aids over, like someone, like, cut your arm off and you're like, it's fine, and you put a Band-Aid on it. That's kind of the vibe I get. I missed the last 2 minutes. I can recap it. You have the Tower card. I feel like this happened prior. And it caused a lot of heartbreak. I feel very much like you're trying to heal things, but it's not going well because the amount of trauma that you experienced is greater than what you want to heal. So like I explained, it's like cutting your arm off and trying to put a Band-Aid on it. It's not going to heal with just a Band-Aid. You have to actually do the, like, steps in, like... I don't think you've had a, like... wound injury. I know that that's the wrong term, but this is like the example they're telling me. They're like, you've never had your arm cut off before, which is like probably normal, but like you don't know how to heal this. So you're like, all of the other cuts that I have healed if I just put like Neosporin and a Band-Aid on it. You can't do that this time. You have to put in the effort of healing this thing from step 1 to like however many steps there are, and then that will allow those things to stop feeling so painful. You can't skip steps, because I feel like you normally are the one that does. I feel like when you learn new things, you're like, this is too easy, and you just skip to like level hard. You can't do that with this because you are physically being impacted. Hey, R. James. Six of Pentacles sideways. Again, this card is a balance card. You can't pour from an empty cup, even though you would like to. It's like every little ounce of liquid that goes into the cup, you immediately give it away. And then you have the King of Wands. This is the energy that you have inside of you, which also makes you feel really awful, because it's like... you feel this intensity of like, I want to do things. And then just the thought of doing it makes you like shake off from those. Let me try saying, what do we do about that? I know we started talking about we need to heal things. We need to take all of the steps to heal. My meds are probably the Band-Aid for my mental health. Yes, I skipped the steps. Okay.
God, I forgot how good this fucking is.
Right?
It's been a second and I'm just like, damn.
You watch like we're talking about the Shanley. You watch like a little tiny bit and you're like, holy shit.
And literally just watching us sit in the fucking like our room.
Yeah.
Like, we're just sitting in bed.
We literally sat in bed and we're like, what is happening? This is so much information. But like, we literally could give you just raw footage and it would be like crazy.
And you will get it for members.
Yeah, if you guys are interested, I might have it. Hold on. This is the wrong thing. Thanks. Members, right? Ah, yeah, okay, that works. I didn't know what was set up for that. It's been a while. It's been a while. I also just realized this is a square. That seems like a bigger question. Sorry, I have ADHD. But yeah, every time we release videos or like a collection of videos, we also release what is the word I want to use? I don't think I know how to fix it. Anyways. Whatever. Okay. Every time we go on ghost hunts, we also release all of the raw footage so you guys can see everything, because it's kind of sometimes impossible for us to show you all of the activity, but we also show you a lot of like the in-between behind the scenes. We give you all of our raw footage in members. Yesterday I got a diagnosis, but the doctor said at first I likely didn't have it, and then at the end she said she was confident to say it was that. It was confusing, and it's so frustrating to not get concrete answers. Okay, a lot of reversed cards. So we have the Seeker in reverse. This is the Fool card. I feel like you are maturing. This is talking about like maturing of things. And then you have the Two of Wands reversed, which means you're kind of feeling stuck because you're not sure which way to go. This is kind of like a fork in the road, but you weren't prepared for the fork. So you're kind of like, I don't know which way to go because I don't know which, like, I don't know what path is going to get me the things that I want, because I don't think either path is good. So it's kind of like a fear of the unknown. And then we have the King of Swords, which is kind of like the answers. And then you have Two of Cups reversed, which is kind of like self-love. They make me feel like you're going to have to do some research yourself and then go to potentially the doctor with the research that you have come up with. You need to like find other people that are experiencing the same symptoms and kind of ask your doctor about those things. Because I feel like whatever is impacting you physically, mentally, whatever it is that the doctor's talking about, I feel like it has been weighing on you for a while, but now because the stress has been a lot, it's doing a lot worse. Because I feel like you're like in a season of life where there's a lot of change going on. This card upright is usually very positive, of like you need to like go with the flow. Like the universe is going to cause change in your life and you need to like ride the rapids. And I feel like you are trying to do that. And I also feel like you need to start standing up for yourself, advocating for yourself. Queen of Swords deals with being unapologetically yourself. This is Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles reversed. This is usually like you need to let go of things. And then I have a couple more. A lot of things are happening really, really fast. And then the Hangman in reverse. Things don't feel like they're... Things, I don't know. They want me to say things feel like they're upside down. You're getting a hard perspective change. Yes, I feel like I've been able to have better conversations with my husband than compared to the past, better control of my emotions. Yeah. Do you have questions? Because these cards make me feel like you're doing the things that you are supposed to be doing, but you keep running into walls, and I feel like it's because you're in a like set of rapids and there's a lot of rocks, so if you make a mistake it's going to redirect you in a very harsh sort of way. That makes sense. I stress too much about things and need to not set expectations about myself. Yeah, they like make me feel like it's like you're being funneled towards something. Like you need to figure it out, otherwise you're just going to hit walls after walls after walls. Anxiety, the Magician reversed again. You don't feel like you have the resources and it really stresses you out. Do you see me achieving my life goals this year? I understand future things might change. Okay. Okay. They want me to say probably not this year. The reason why I say that is you have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Usually Ace of Pentacles is like some new financial opportunity. It being reversed is it's not happening right now. I feel like it's not happening right now because things are happening very slow. So you can see this knight is literally riding a snail. This is usually like we're doing things correctly the right way. And I feel like that's going to take more time than you think. So it's like you just like blew over the tower. You need to start rebuilding it, but you're going to rebuild it this time the way that it needs to be built so that it doesn't fall over the second time. But again, to reconfirm, again, another ace card in reverse, you need to start figuring out what that means in terms of life goal. But it is very much, it's going to happen slowly. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen very quick. Maybe not this year. But I'm going to move on to McBrendan. But I have McBrendan, Rainey, and then Allison. Dang. Yeah. Slow and steady is what they're telling me about that. McBrendan. I'm going to use this other deck because why not? But do you have a question? Let me know. McBrendan. Your name is fun. We like it. Yeah, McBrendan, let me know if you have a question or you would like something general for your reading. Sorry. Thank you, I appreciate it. Sure, sure, no problem, Jada. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I really like this deck. I need to use it more. Like, look at this Temperance card. It's so cool. It says earth and water, pleasure and pain, life and death, everything in moderation. As a Temperance card is, it's usually balance. The balance and moderation of self. That's usually what I tell people. McBrendan. I'm utilizing this as a very belated birthday reading. I want a general reading just so you and Ryker can essentially do a vibe check with me. Makes sense of why I chose this deck for you, I feel like. Okay. I have to figure out what these cards are. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Cups. You've been seeing 7s lately? Let's see if I can pull the rest of the 7s out. I feel like that deck makes sense for you, Brendan. I agree. Because I kind of didn't know McBrendan meant you. I kind of felt like it, but I didn't see you, so I was like, Don't worry, I didn't pull out the rest of the 7s yet. But I am shuffling, for whatever reason, this backwards into the deck. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so let me have one more to start with. Okay. All right. So, 7 of Pentacles. So, the 7 of Pentacles, it's upright. This usually deals with, like, some sort of, like, long-term reward or success. 7 has also been showing up for me a lot. And then you have the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups usually... the 7 of Cups usually represents, like, having, like, way too many options. So these two cards together, it's very much a... you're trying to plan for the future, but you don't know what you want to do because you, like too many things. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and they have a menu that is, like, pages and pages and pages long. It's the 7 of Cups. I feel like the 7 of Cups is also being blocked by the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is usually, like... what is the word I usually use? Like a dream come true, a wish come true, but it's sideways. So it's kind of like, you don't know what that is truly. You're like, if I do this one thing, it'll make me like really, really happy. Or maybe I just like am a stay at home, whatever. Or maybe like I like just sell everything and go to like live in New York, or like, there's just so many things. Like, you're just a very passionate person, so you're passionate about everything. So you have the Star card in reverse. The Star card for me, I usually view it as a hope, a faith, a purpose, a destiny. I usually view it as the star in the sky, and that's usually like where you are traveling to. That is the thing that you want most out of life. That's like going and reaching for the stars. It's in reverse because I feel like there's too many stars for you to look at in the sky and you don't know which one to choose. So you're kind of just... They want me to say it feels a lot darker because it feels hopeless at the same time. I feel like there's a lot of insecurities of choosing because you feel like you are going to choose wrong, if that makes sense. And I feel like the insecurity is more so like you're not good enough for it, the options that you're choosing. Queen of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Pentacles reverse. And this card is usually like resources. I usually view it as like provider energy. But when it is in reverse, it's kind of neglectful or materialistic. It's kind of very independent. And we have other cards that came out. We have the 5. Sorry, it's kind of hard for me to like realize what card these are because it just says the Suit of Swords. This is the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords. Sorry, I'm just reading this because I'm like thinking about design things. But 5 of Swords usually deals with like some sort of inner turmoil fight that you are fighting. And with these two cards together, it's very clear with that because this is usually like the resources to do something. It's like giving, like providing, but it's very independent and it's kind of like neglectful of things that are going on in your life. I usually view this card as like Mother Nature, but when it's in reverse, it's kind of like neglecting those like responsibilities. And then the 5 of Swords is like fighting a battle. And when it's sideways, it's usually like the difference between fighting the battle of who you are perceived on the outside versus who you feel like you are on the inside. That's accurate. I'm a jack of all trades that's trying to figure out what career path I want. I'm a college dropout who's playing life by ear at this point. Yeah, I feel like you don't know who you are. This card gives a lot of like, the things that I'm doing they don't feel like they're true to my heart. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is someone that is kind of like, they want to do things by the book. They're very logical, but they don't have a lot of experience in this. And the insecurity of not having the experience is like compensated for doing everything by the book. It's like, if it's not logical, you're afraid to do it because you're not sure how to do it. You don't know what to do because there's not this like set of rules telling you what to do. And this is the 7 of Swords. Another 7. Okay, and the 7 of Swords is upside down or in reverse. The 7 of Swords, usually it deals with a like deception. When it's in reverse, though, it's deception of yourself. So imposter syndrome is the feeling I get from this. It's very you feel like you're not good enough, and the insecurity is causing all these other cards to come out. It's you don't know what to do because you don't feel like you're good enough. You feel like you need to be perfect, and if you're not perfect, then it's not worth it or worth your time. And it's very much comes from the insecurity of like you don't have all of the experience, like you're not a master in whatever you're doing, so you feel out of your depth, and you compensate with that by like doing things more by the book instead of listening to your intuition about it. Does that make sense? The Page of Cups. Magician. Okay. He holds all of the power, all of the elements in the palm of his hand. That's what the Magician card says. Checks out. Okay. So we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is upside down or in reverse. Again, pages deal with not having a lot of experience, but with cups, this is more so a like, how do I want to explain this in this situation? Page of Cups reversed is kind of more untrusting of things. The Page of Cups is usually very trusting. It's very open-hearted. It's kind of like you've closed your heart off to things, which is why you feel like you don't, like you're missing something in your like life or in your career or whatever it is. The thing that you're missing is your heart, the like passion, the reason why you're doing it, because I feel like there's a lot of insecurities hiding the like truth of the matter of who you are, and that being translated into your work, because I feel like, again, you have the Magician card. Magician card deals with having all of the resources and talents in order to do something. It's sideways because you do have those, but you feel like you don't. Part of me was hoping your reaction to everything all at once thing, just you being like, what the hell are you, lol? And then we have the Queen of Wands reverse. Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands, when it's in reverse, is very pessimistic. This card is usually like very creative, very independent, very confident. When it's in reverse, it's very insecure, emotionally usually. So it's very like pessimistic about life. So what do we do about that? Okay. Okay, let's do, what are you? 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so you have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is usually when it's in reverse. This card usually deals with like wealth, stability, that sort of thing. It's in reverse because we're doing that for the wrong reasons. We have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. And 9 of Pentacles usually deals with like luxury, abundance, but it's kind of in reverse. So you're kind of over-investing yourself. And you're not getting the things that you want out of it. You're like over hustling, and it's kind of like taking your soul out of you. You have the Hierophant, which means the Hierophant usually deals with like traditions, doing things in a traditional manner, or like what society kind of like tells you to do. But with it being in reverse, it's kind of like you want to start doing things more unconventionally, but you're not sure how to do that. And then we have the 6 of Wands, which makes you feel more like you're failing in something. So with these cards, what are you again? They're like, you need to reestablish why you're doing things. You need to find your why. Because the reason of money is not good enough. The reason for stability is not good enough. And it could be if that's what you like you just have a job to do your other things. But I feel like you want to put more into, like more of yourself into what you're doing. And that's just not working out. I just wanted to say that I really love your videos. And they really help me understand and learn more about ghosts. I don't get scared anymore, and I'm more comfortable whenever I see one. That's so sweet. We really love that. That's like kind of the goal, is to kind of demystify the paranormal. But glad to see you in a live stream. Really appreciate your comment. But yeah, Brenda, do you have any questions? So let me know. These cards are literally just so funny to me. I wish I could like make art like this. Every time I try, I just like don't know what to do. I feel like I'd have to study it more. But like what I mean is like the retro like horror. Cause like look at this. It's so cool. It's done so well. I don't know. We love to see it. Look how pretty. But yeah, Brendan, let me know if you have questions. Rainey, you are next. What part of me do I need to build up and what part needs to be let go? I can say your spirit guides say that's the wrong question to ask because it's not things about you that need to be let go or built up. It's more so an acceptance of things. Like you need to accept certain things about yourself. But I will give you more context. So you have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is you're holding on to things. They want to say you have like a scarcity mindset of things. So it makes you very fearful of making decisions for yourself. Then this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is, they want me to say because it's on a hand, opportunities are at your fingertips. You have the ability to make it how you want it. All of these cards that I'm giving you also are Pentacle cards, and you have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles deals with loss. I feel like you've dealt with this a lot in your life. And it is in a financial way, so you know what it's like to struggle financially, and you don't want to go back to that. But it's also created a lot of scarcity mindsets in regards to money. So it is causing you to feel like you have to be almost branded by it, like in this card. Well, then my guides can ask the questions. Sorry. They're like, the thing that you're missing is that don't do things for other people or for money. Do things for you. And I know that is so much easier said than done because I've been in that vibe. So you have the Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, the Fool, the Hangman. Let me get these organized. Hold on. Okay. So they want me to say you need to choose a passion. So figure out what the passion is. This card usually deals with like love. It deals with creativity, joy. This is like the thing that you need to find the love in life again. Because I feel like you're more so living in fear. So your answer to your question would be like remove the fear aspects of things. And then you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is more so like kind of going with the flow. So you have this passion project, and it's more so don't plan every detail of it. Kind of like start doing it and let it tell you how it wants to be done. So listen to it in a more intuitive way, and that is supported by the Fool. The Fool is giving you the take a risk, take a leap of faith. And the Hangman is the last card in that little section. The Hangman reversed usually deals with like a perspective change. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone. But Hangman in a reverse, it's kind of, you feel like resistance to get that perspective. But it's going to be a lot of baby steps. But yeah, so to answer your questions of what things need to be built up, passion needs to be built up. the money things, the money fear, the scarcity mindsets are the things that need to be like looked at and figured out of why you have these things. Because they're not necessarily bad things, but you need to figure out why you have the belief that you're not good enough to have something as your passion, as well as it to support you. Does that make sense? There's like a belief system in here that needs to be let go. It's not something about you, it's something about your belief systems. Do you have any other questions before I move on to Rainey? Which, Rainey, I'll probably use this yellow deck for you because I feel like a cute little spirit guide thing wants to talk through it. Anyways. Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, they just make me feel like there's a lot of like... You're like a lot of like self-sabotage. You feel less than, which is why I wanted to like make a comment on your question of like there's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to like break down any part of you. You need to break down why you have these beliefs. That sums up my situation pretty good. Okay. Rainey, what question do you have? Or do you just want general? I don't have any more questions. I appreciate that, honestly. I appreciate the honesty. I am dyslexic and I'm trying to go way too fast. But yeah, Rainey, let me know if you have any questions. Or if you would like a general reading. I'm excited for our podcast to go out. And at some point, I'm going to make a video of our, like, experience. I'm going to make a vlog about our experience in New York.
I'm not fully coming over because my hair is crazy. But
Yeah.
I'm going through the sleeping portion.
Right? Yeah, I pulled out some clips in the
that's
sleeping
what
portion.
I'm only watching the clips that you pulled out, but y'all, it's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That's all. But yeah, you should let me know because we're doing this thing where ghost hunting videos are really hard to edit because there's like hours upon hours of footage. So we're doing this thing where we split it up into like the first one is just going through the footage. So one person does that because that takes hours, and then the other person does the like fine editing. So last episode I did the fine editing and Ryker did the like collecting of clips, and now we're switching it. So I did the collecting of clips and now Ryker's doing the fine-tune editing. Okay, what is going to happen in the last few months of the year? Not sure on money, love, everything, like the rest of the year. Tell me what you got for my little spirit guide. I don't know, you have this little spirit guide that is the cutest thing ever. He's yellow. He looks like a little cotton ball. He almost looks like a sun, like a sunshine. And he like changes colors a whole bunch. But he's very like animated cartoon-esque. But your reading on the last part of the year. So we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords sideways. This card usually is a fork in the road. Usually it is representing of like a very hard decision. Like it's like you're weighing your options of things. But at the same time, I feel like there's this huge delay on doing that. You kind of feel stuck. And it's kind of, I want to say like a fearful stuck, if that makes sense. you're afraid to move forward in any context. And you have a strength card in reverse, and I don't usually view this card this way, but they make me feel like you like worried about getting to the end of the year. But usually I view this card as inner strength. There's a lot of worry and insecurity about how you're going to do it. But they want to say they use this card specifically because they could tell me this in other ways, is because you do have the ability to do it. It's just not going to be comfortable or easy. And they just like want me to share what we have been going through. We have been struggling financially and with a whole bunch of other things personally in our lives. And when people are like, well, how are you making ends meet? Truly, I have no idea. It's like when people say, oh, you'll make it work. Yeah. That is happening. We are making it work, but I don't know how it's happening. They're like saying the same thing goes for you. You're like, yes, I'm making it happen. I don't know how, and I don't like that. I don't like not knowing how it's going to happen. But you will make it out. It's just going to be hard. They want me to say that's the vibe that's going on right now. The reason why I say that, you have the Ace of Wands. Something new is brewing. It's they want me to say a slow simmer. You're doing this for a reason. So you have very similar vibes of what we're doing. It's like, yes, you could go and like figure it out like the easy way, but you don't want to do that because some sort of passion is going on in your life. You're going towards something really, really good, and you don't want to let go of it because you know that you can do it. The reason why you haven't given up yet is because you know that you can do it. And that belief is the thing that is making it happen. I don't like saying that because it really fucking sucks. This is going to start growing bigger. And once that starts growing bigger, the fear is going to start going away. This is the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords deals with like anxiety, but when it's reversed, you are letting that free or releasing that. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is, again, we had this in the last reading. It's getting a bit materialistic. You're doing things for the wrong reasons in the money aspect, and you need to start looking into your belief systems, because the reason why you're still doing this is because you believe that this will happen. Whatever this like passion project is, you believe this will happen, like to your core. Like no one could tell you it's not happening. It's like delusional that you think that it's going to happen in a good way. Like nothing will convince you otherwise. So they're like, the money problems need to have the same belief system of this is going to work. And I know that that is like really hard, but they're like, you need to go into your belief systems of why we have the scarcity mindset with money. So they're talking about like, don't focus on what you can't do, focus on the things that you can. So like, for example, right now I'm like, we are having money issues. It might be easier for us to go get a job at like McDonald's or Walmart or something, but is that going to pay my bills? Probably not. It's probably not going to even pay my mortgage. So why am I putting all of that energy to do that when I can just try to make this work? That's a can't. What about all of the process of like, oh, maybe it's going to take 2 weeks and I have to pay my bills this week. It's going to take 2 weeks for me to get even a job in there and go through all of the like processes if I got a job immediately. It's just like focusing on the can'ts are not going to get you to where you need to go. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you have the Moon card. The Moon card is repressed emotions. This is the belief systems that they're talking about that are creating some problems for you, because they're like, this card is the most positive and it is the reason why you're doing it all. Like this is the reason why you're not scared off of what's going on around you. Sorry, the reason why I laugh is because you have another path card. There are a lot of things you can do, but you still feel stuck. So 7 of Cups deals with having too many options, but you still feel stuck because there are too many options, and you can see how all of the options are going to not work, which again goes into that moon card over here. This moon card is your belief system about money. So if you can work on your belief system about money, it's going to help you pick things, because they're like, you need to stop worrying about how it's going to happen. You already know it's going to work. You're going to make it work, even if it's uncomfortable. Stop focusing on that. You know, like, we've got this. You've done it for so long. You figured it out, how to make it work. So don't worry about trying these things, and them not working out, because you've already done that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, oh my God, I'm so worried about doing this one thing because, like, what if it doesn't work and then it just hurts more? You're still in the same spot. So, like, why not try a few of these? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I can relate it back to, like, our situation. Like, oh, I'm so worried about making this YouTube video because, like, there's so much pressure on it to, like, be successful. And, like, if it's not and people, like, come in and just, like, hate on it, like, there's so much pressure I can't even, like, put it out because I'm so worried about it. Okay, it doesn't do well. I'm still in the same spot. Nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? Try some things on here. Because right now you feel too stuck, like you can't move forward, because this is your second path card in reverse. You have the Hermit card, which makes you feel like everything is on you, but it's upright, because you're going to start learning about yourself, and that's going to start revealing the light. Because they make me feel like you're going to go into a dark path for a while. It's going to be very hard, but once you figure out your mojo, once you figure out what, you pick one of these, then your star card, which is your purpose, your path, your destiny, that will start shining, and you'll start seeing the path out. And this is what's going on this year. I feel like you're not going to fully figure it out. You're going to find this. I don't think I want something I don't love and make me happy. Belief system. That is the belief system that is keeping you going. Because I feel like you're going to find it, but right now you're so scared about the situation you're in. Like, maybe you're so scared about money that you're not doing those things. Because you're worried that if you step on a crack, that the ground is going to crumble underneath your feet. So you're, like, scared to move, but you're at rock bottom. You can't go any lower. Maybe make that a belief. You cannot go lower than where you are right now. There is only the way out. So try these things, because you can't go any further down. Hello, your brother is here.
What do you want, bitch?
We shipped out your package. Hopefully you like it. I gave you a lot of extra rocks. I gave you a pretty dragon's bloodstone. Scared that I'll be so disappointed like before. I've been wrong before. No, I understand that vibe. It's kind of like when your life depends on this one thing that seems so minuscule. It's like, well, if it's wrong, like, what if I just, like, can't work the next 10 days and that this was my only chance? You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been doing it for this long. I know they're also telling me the same thing, because I'm like, you've been doing it this long. It's working. Yeah. Do you have questions? Speaking of package, I'm working on a care package for y'all, but I'm procrastinating it. Dude, I'm excited for it. Because I know you were asking about our animals and what they look like, and I'm like, what are you cooking up? This has to do with my career, Em. I wanted to do something new, but I don't know what I should do. If it helps you out, the reason why I'm here is because I was at a toxic job who would scream at me every Tuesday, because that was the only day that she came in to work, and tell me how her business was falling apart because I wasn't doing everything. And that is when I started a YouTube channel where I talked about chinchillas. And now I'm here and it's my job. It's like, yeah, just make a decision. You're already at the bottom. Just try things until you figure it out. Because, like, I tried pet things and I was like, this is great, except I want to do things that make people feel like they belong, and that's how I got into metaphysical content. What is my next path career-wise, if you can give me ideas? Let's see what the cards have to say. King of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. Don't worry, I just dropped half the deck on the ground. Goddamn. It's fine. Let's try this again. After Rainey, I have Allison. Could I ask for a reading? We're doing paid readings, but I could also give you a reading later if you want. Thanks, Em. Seriously, no problem. 52 card pickup. Listen, there's 78 cards in here. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. What does that have to do with things? Okay, let me show you. We have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, I feel like, that'd be dope. I shall wait. No problem. Just hit me up. I'll give you more readings. King of Pentacles is like stability. And I was like, what is that about? Because you're telling me that your life is unstable. They make me feel like you are a very stable person. I don't know if that makes sense to you. I feel like you're the person that usually has it all together, which is why it's so stressful for you. But it's very much like things are just being piled on top of you. But you can hold it. You can figure it out because you are the Emperor. You are king. You are that strong masculine energy that can go through it. And then you have the Hermit card, which is finding your light. This is a very introspective card. This is something you have to do yourself. No one else can tell you how to do this. This is very introspective. This is finding your light again. I feel like you lost your spark because of it, but you are these very, very strong, powerful cards. You are king. So this goes into more so like what you should do. You have inner turmoil, so you have 5 of Wands reversed. This is usually like a very competitive card, but it's kind of, when it's in reverse, deals with like a, they want me to say it's more so like learning how to end conflict in your head, because they make me feel like you have a lot of like blank page syndrome, where the metaphor goes, it's for artists, when you start with a blank page, you don't know what to write on it, and there's so much pressure because you feel like you're gonna fuck it up. So like you end up not being able to put anything on the blank page. It's like you need a topic or something. But they're like, that's the fight. That's the kickback of like feeling like you need something when you don't really need anything. That's like an excuse to not do anything. Because the Justice card in reverse is kind of like You're not putting causation into the universe because you're afraid of the outcome. You're not being yourself with the Queen of Swords. You're not being unapologetically yourself. They're basically telling me that I can't tell you what to do. You have to figure out what you want to do. You're avoiding chaos. No, it's literally just your spirit guides are being kind of spirit guides of like, you know what you want to do. You don't need validation. You know what you want to do. And it's something very unconventional. What you're doing now is too conventional. Do something creative. Something that's fulfilling to you. Here's the Ace of Wands again. You know what you want to do. Why are you scared to do it? You are king. This is the first card that came out. These two cards. They're like, you don't need someone like me telling you. You know. Hopefully that answers your question because they're not going to give it to you. They're like, you know so much that your belief system says that you can do it. Delusionally tells you that you can do it. So they're like, do that. There's no careers in bossing, say. Okay, Allison. No, I don't. Lol. Yeah. Dude, I feel the fucking same. They're like, you know what you want to do. Just do it. And I'm like, but do I? I could do a lot of things. But they're like, you know what you want to do. There are a lot of things you can do, but you know what you want to do. General reading. Okay, we're doing the horror deck for you. And then I'm thinking I'll restock these. Sorry. Okay, let's see. While I do Allison's reading, I'm going to restock these. So there'll be 5 more in here in a second. So if you guys are interested... Thanks, Em. No problem, Rainey. That is the link. The link is also at the top of chat and in the description of the video. So if you guys are interested in getting your tarot reading, your cards read, click on that link. And I'm going to restock 5 more. And that will probably be what I do for today. So this will be our last chance to get the reading for today. I might do some tomorrow. I don't know. So I'm going to restock it in 3, 2. There it is. So there's 5 more. If it's not there, you can just refresh the page and it should be good to go. Sorry, I'm trying to go back to what I was at. What is this? Okay. All right, Allison. So we're doing general reading for you. Do you want this one? Of course, I pulled a Lover's card out for you. Okay. Do you want all of those? Okay. 9 of Pentacles. They want me to say this is... I feel like this is about your relationship. Because, like, second card, Lovers. And it's sideways. Okay. But you have the 9 of Pentacles. I feel like this is about independence. Well, I did get engaged this last weekend. Ryker! Hold on, I'll be right back.
Allison got engaged. Yay! Sorry.
Sorry, I had to tell Ryker. Yeah, she said that she got engaged last weekend, and I needed to tell you. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
I was like,
sorry, I'm like
in it. Yeah, I'm like,
I'm listening about serial killers, priests and shit.
I don't know if you can hear them, but that's so exciting. Yeah, first card, second card that came out, Lover's card. So Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is dealing with independence because it's in reverse. This card usually, they want me to say it's physical things. And I feel like it is... I also feel like it is kind of like over investment in things. I feel like I feel like this anxiety of like a lot of pressure, and you feel like you have to put a lot into it or you're going to lose it. Does that make sense? Because these two cards came out together like this. So the Lover's card deals with relationships. It's sideways, and it is the relationship outwardly. So I'm assuming it is with this other person, because when this came out, they're like, relationships, you know things about them. But it is also the relationship with yourself. So it is the difference between relationships with other people and your viewpoint of how your relationship is with you. And with this card, it's kind of like a lack of independence. I feel this like you don't want to get in the mindset of dependency on this other person. Does that make sense? You need to be able to have a separation of your relationship with them and your relationship with yourself. Does that make sense? That's what this is going to talk to you about. So we have the Six of Cups, which is dealing with childhood trauma. So that is where it's coming from, of the feeling that you had to earn love. So you're worried that it's going to go away. Also, thank you guys for purchasing readings. There still should be some left. So if you go to the link, if you're clicking on now, I have some restocked in there. We have the Page of Wands, which is the Exorcist card. Page of Wands. They're very much talking about don't lose yourself in this person, because they're like, you have a lot of this energy. Page of Wands is like a free spirit. They want to try everything. They're very inspirational. They're very creative. And they're like, don't lose this because you're afraid of losing this. They make me feel like you're worried about showing too much of yourself because you're worried about how they'll take it because other people took it poorly. Like they think you're too much. This person does not. You have the Page of Pentacles. This is something that makes you very uncomfortable, especially when you have two pages. This is new for you, which is why it makes you uncomfortable. It's new for you. And Page of Pentacles is kind of like, it's not happening the way you thought it would. This card is usually like by the book. I am doing things by the book because I don't have the experience to do it without the book. And you're like, this is weird. This is not normal for me. You have two of Cups. Two of Cups is my marriage card. And don't be alarmed that it's in reverse, because this basically talking about self-love. You're very, very focused on this marriage. You need to be focused on you. That is the only way that it will work, is if you are focused on you, which I know sounds really weird. That's not normally how like relationship readings go, but it is because you focus more on the other person than you do on you. Okay, and this is... Okay, Three of Cups reverse. Again, this is just reiterating yourself. But they make me feel like with this card, with these people, I feel like you are trying to heal different parts of yourself. And I feel like this other person coming in, 'cause Three of Cups is usually like relationships with other people. But when it is in reverse, it's the relationship with yourself. It is like, what is the word I want to use? Like alone time. That's a good way of saying it. But they make me feel like this other person is going to start triggering things in you to make you or force you to heal things. And it's going to be very uncomfortable. And it's going to be scary because you're going to see things that other people saw in your other relationships that made you feel like they rejected those things. This person is going to pull them out of you, but instead of with rejection, they're going to do it with acceptance, and it's going to make you question all of the other relationships in your life because those people pulled those things out with rejection, even though they were like, there was no reason for it. Not by the book at all. Not used to it. High Priestess in reverse. I'm just laughing because I'm like, you are so nervous. And it's adorable. Dude, 10 of Cups. This is Divine Love. This is like the card minus like 2 of Cups to get in a relationship reading. This is like alignment. You are fully aligned. You have a High Priestess in reverse as well. Give me a second. I'll show you. You have the High Priestess in reverse. This is like listening to your intuition. I think you're a bit nervous for that. Suit of Swords. 3. There it is. I was wondering when this card will come out. Heartbreak. This is the stuff that's going to start being healed. Because I feel like okay, they want me to talk about what happens when you get a ring because I am experienced with that. But the reason why these 3 cards came out is because when you get a ring, it changes things. I don't know why or how, it just does. This is going to make you feel disconnected from your intuition and make you feel very worried about life, but you are still in alignment with it. You're still in alignment with the relationship. You're still in alignment with this other person. It's going to trigger a lot of this. This is Heartbreak. This is the Heartbreak card. And I feel like I chose this deck because you can see literally the hands are like putting swords into the heart. It is being triggered. It is literally like we're playing Operation and this person you're with is like trying to take the nasty stuff out and it's hitting the sides. Does that make sense? Okay, this one. All right. Oh, 7 of Cups keeps coming out. And the Queen of Pentacles. Independence again. Yeah. Independence. Do you have questions? 7 of Cups. Lots of choices. It's a lot of, I did not expect this. I am nervous. Am I ready for this? Or we have to figure everything out right now. It's kind of like a chasing sort of energy too. I feel like the other person is really calm about it and you're like, why are you not more nervous about this? We have to figure this out. We have to figure everything out. And they're like, we have time for that. And you're like, no, we have to do it now. Does that make sense? And I feel like that's coming from a lot of like pressure of being seen by it. You, your family, this other person. Yeah. It's unconventional. You did not expect it to happen this fast. You did not expect this type of person to be, like, the person is unexpected. This is, like, everything about it unexpected. It's fast. It's whatever. Ace of Cups were, like, sideways. It's like, you're trying to decide what this means. I'm like, is this right? Is this wrong? 2 of Wands. Again, this is a path card. You just feel stuck. Stuck. Everything is slow, but also really fast. You feel like you have to catch up, but you feel like there are anchors on your feet. Do you have questions? That's what I feel like you're feeling. And you're just like looking at your partner and you're like, why are you not freaking out? I'm anxious. And they're like, why are you anxious? This is like what you wanted, right? And they're like, yeah, but I'm anxious. I don't know how to do this. And they're like, do what? And you're like, I don't know. And it's kind of like, you don't know how to like be loved, be committed to. These are not things that have happened in other relationships. That includes romantic or platonic. Yeah, do you have questions? While you answer, I will give you guys the order of who is next. Because now we are sold out. So we're fully sold out for today. True, all true. So Danielle, you are next. Barry Reckless is after. Litzy is after that. Litzy. And then Rin is after that. And Brittany is last. Thank you all for purchasing readings. It really helps us out a lot. Okay. Allie, do you have questions? Yeah, no, I'm excited for you. That is what I want. And honestly, if I could get engaged that fast, I would too. But we don't have any money. But I have plans to make Ryker cry all the time for it. With good tears, good, happy, emotional tears. Because I don't know if they're listening to this. I don't think they're listening. I should just tell you all of my, like, plans right now. No questions. Breeze was next to me for that. Giggling in agreement. Awkward. What if I, like, read and was like, you guys are gonna break up? Nah, I don't feel like that's the case. But I think that would be interesting. Or awkward or something. But Danielle, you are next. Do you have a question? Or would you like a general reading? I think I'm also gonna read you with the horror deck. Yeah, and then I think, sorry, I'm like looking at the people because I like feel like I know all of you guys. Listen, doing doing romantic or relationship readings in a live stream is always interesting because usually people don't ask unless there's a problem, and I know you didn't ask, which is probably why. Hey, no specific question, whatever they want to say. But it's risky. I remember doing a reading for someone and they asked me about their relationship. I had to be very, very vague and just like address the challenges that they were going to experience. But the cards were like kind of saying things were going to fall apart. But I was like, I don't want to really say that in a live stream. So, Danielle. No specific questions. General. 3 of Wands. You're playing things small. Hold on, let me pull some more cards. And I'll show you. Hopefully the cards aren't too loud in the microphone. Lots of 3s. Okay, let me flip this over. Okay. Be brutal. Okay. So first card, you have the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is upside down and in reverse. This card usually deals with expansion, but when it's in reverse, you're kind of playing it small. You're not really putting all of your effort into it for some reason. Lots of 2s and 3s. You really just don't know what you want to do, and it's kind of annoying you. So you're kind of quiet quitting your life. That's what they like make me want to say. That's what this energy is for this card. And then you have the 3 of Cups, which again, this deals with friendships. You having, I don't know. Because I do feel like this is your life. Your life is just kind of annoying to you right now. I don't know if that's true. Please tell me if I'm wrong. But is there like a relationship in your life, a friendship or something that is kind of being a problem? Because they're like so annoying, very true. I don't know. Is there a relationship? Not a, like, romantic relationship. I feel like you're kind of annoyed with, like, your friends. It's kind of like you don't want your life the way that it is. You don't even feel like you anymore. So it's kind of like you're annoyed by it. You have a lot of, like, disassociation to yourself. Because this card in reverse is like alone time. That is you being alone. You choosing to be alone. You don't feel, I don't know, it's alone time. But because it's in reverse, it's also the lack of friendships. I feel like you're like separating from people. I feel like you're like isolating almost. I don't know if that makes sense. But it was like a fleeting thought that like these might change in the next few years. Because I feel like you're kind of fed up with life. Not them, life. And it's going to change who you are. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups in a non-romantic sort of way is like... This is usually like a partnership or like something coming together. It's like a harmonious thing. But at the same time, you have the Two of Swords, which it's kind of like hitting the gas and the brake at the same time. I feel like you're at a point in your life where like everything is going really, really well. But at the same time, you don't like it. I know this is very like confusing and like kind of back and forth. That's the energy that I'm getting. It's like, it's fine. But I don't know that it's really me and I don't really know that I care. So that's kind of the vibe. Because the Two of Cups is like, yes, this is working. Everything's fitting into place. And then Two of Swords is like, you're stuck at a road crossing and you have to make a really hard decision. So, like, where is that? Why is that there? No, that fits. Okay. And you got the Six of Wands. Which kind of validates that again. That's success. Public success. Everybody seeing you succeed. But again, as much as you have the Six of Wands, which is success, you have the Five of Wands, which is conflict, competitiveness. Fives usually are chaotic and stressful. So it's like everyone on the outside sees this, like, put together Danielle. Like, you have everything going on in your life. It's perfect. But it's really not. You're fighting a lot of things in your life. And you feel very Queen of Cups. You feel very out of the loop. You feel very like over emotional and out of touch with yourself. Knight of Cups reversed. This card is usually your dream come true, but you're being materialistic about it. It doesn't feel like your dream. You feel like there's too many reasons why you're not doing it. And then Six of Cups, you are being blocked by trauma. But you don't want to, like, look back or turn back because you're really good at your life right now. Like, you don't have a reason to, like, want to destroy it other than it's just not what you want. But you're like, I put all this time and effort into it. Why would I do that? I'm just so confused all the time. And you have the King of Cups in reverse, which is like, kings in reverse are very controlling. You're very like, you're trying to manipulate your emotions to like what you're doing, but you don't. Everything about it. It's not even just career, just everything. You just feel like so disinterested. So let's see what to do about that. Ten of Cups. You're not in alignment. Ace of Swords. You're looking for truth. And then this card is sideways. Eight of Swords. Alright. We get it. Okay, let's try this. Let's see. So, Ten of Cups. When it's in reverse, you're out of alignment. It doesn't feel like you're going in flow with the universe or yourself. You just feel wrong, which is what we've been talking about. And then we have the Ace of Swords upright. Ace of Swords is the breakthrough. This is usually the answer, what you're like, the truth that you're looking for. This is Ace of Swords. And I feel like this is being blocked by the Eight of Swords. So these two cards are blocking one another. Because the Eight of Swords is sideways. The Eight of Swords, usually it represents, like, feeling trapped. But with it being sideways, it's kind of like you're in a cage and the door's open. But you're so used to being in the cage that it's a place you call home. So you stay in there. But it's not you. It's like you're a bird that is in this tiny, tiny cage. And the door's open and you can leave, but you don't. Because you've been trained to stay in the cage. So your answer is going to be outside of the cage. That's what you're looking for. What does that mean? It means... Usually when that card is sideways, it looks like you're trapped, but you actually have all of the choices in the world. The more successful you are, the more resources and choices you have to be risky with. But a lot of people worry about the risk. Death. Makes sense. Something needs to give. Something needs to shake up. I like my afraid to make the wrong move. You need to destroy something. This isn't a bad card. This is just, it's about time that you got rid of the things you don't want. I know that you don't want to because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a logical sense that you would do that. Other than you just want to. That's a good enough reason. They're like, it's going to happen eventually. You could do it or the universe will do it for you. And then your next card, you have King of Pentacles. You can handle it. You're in a very good place to handle it. King of Pentacles is stability. A lot of times it's with resources. I'm doing paid readings today. And I think we're sold out for today. Do you have questions, Danielle? Let me know. And then after Danielle, I'll give you the list. I have Very Reckless, Litzy, Rin, and then Brittany. I should do a stream where we just do like speed rounds. I could do that like on TikTok or something. Okay, but me doing it will make it quicker, yes. You will have more control over it. Does that make sense? That's what they want to say about it. I don't know that it will be quicker or slower. The important part is you will have more control over the chaos. Doing nothing, you still can handle it pretty well. It doesn't really matter. It's just, do you want to take the step or is the universe going to cause you? I personally feel like the universe is going to do it. Just because you've been sitting in this spot for a while and the cards that I pulled for you make me feel like you're not going to do it. Oh, I like that. Thank you. But it doesn't matter. You can handle it. Empress upright. This is the only upright card in the 4 that I chose. But like with these justice, sorry, this is weird. Justice, you're not doing anything because you're afraid of the like reaction, the like equal and opposite reaction. You don't feel like you deserve abundance. You don't feel like you deserve the sun. And you're afraid to make a risky change, a risky leap of faith. But the universe might do that for you. You can handle it. But we're on Very Reckless. Do you have a question? I also feel like I need to use this deck for you, and then the rest of you will get the other deck. So, Very Reckless, do you have a question or would you like a general reading? No question. Okay. Okay. Chariot. 4 of Wands. I will remember you saying I can handle it, thank you. No problem. Yeah, you have, because you're doing so well, I feel like it'll be very easy for you to handle it. It's not going to be fun, but you can do it. Okay, let me start reading these. You have the Chariot card sideways. This is like hitting the gas and the brake at the same time. And then you have the 4 of Wands, reverse. Hello, can you hear me? I'm surprised that I could get back on the same one. So let me know. Hello. Weird. So weird. My power like flickered off for some reason. I guess we're going through like a heat wave. I have to open everything again. Give me a second. I'm glad I didn't have to make a new one of these. What is this? Okay, give me a second. Let me open these back up. I wanted to get back onto this one because YouTube doesn't usually allow you to go back into it. Hopefully it's still working. Let me know if anything like fucks up. Yeah, my AC has not been doing so well. We've been trying to keep it 72 in here, but it's been going up to like 80. So, let me try to remember what I was talking about. It seems like everything's fine. I am so surprised that we're still here. But hopefully all the people who purchased readings are still here. But I know Barry Reckless is here, so... Weird. Literally so weird. Anyways. Okay. I know this card was in reverse. So, Chariot card. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse. This card, when it's in reverse, is dealing with, like, feeling like you're not fitting in. It makes you feel like... It makes you feel, like, disabled. It just looked like it was buffering. Yeah, my power went, like, fully out, and I was like, okay. Never mind. And then we have the Strength card. Jesus Christ, dude. Give me a second to refigure out what's going on in my life, because I was like, okay. 10 of Swords, the World card. Okay. So, I'm just going to restart your reading because it's going to make me feel better about it. So, you have the Chariot card, which is hitting the gas and the brake at the same time. You feel like you want to go towards something, but you're also stopping yourself. And I feel like you're stopping yourself because you don't feel like you fit into whatever it is. You feel like disabled by it, isolated. You feel, because I usually view this card as the 4 legs on a table. When it is in reverse, it is like the table is unstable and you feel like you're holding up so much, but it is like not working out. You can't balance it. You have the strength to deal with it. You have the strength to like figure this out. It's the experience that is kind of the issue. And the Page of Swords, sword cards usually deal with like truth, knowledge, that sort of thing. And the Page of Swords is like, you want so much more information. You want to learn about everything. I also feel like you won't move anywhere until you do know everything about it. You're kind of like the one that like wants information about everything. And you need like, it's like you don't like doing things that you have never done before, or you don't have a lot of experience, but you need to know everything about it. So when you start something new, it's kind of like a binge of like, let's like special interest, like hyper fixate on this one thing. But it also makes you feel like you can't move forward. Does that make sense? You get in your head about it. You have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, this usually deals with trauma. I do think it's funny that it is like doom, but it has like the traditional like swords in their back. That's usually how this card is represented, but I feel like there's a lot of trauma that is associated to why you do that, and you don't feel fulfilled doing it. So, doom. Yeah, this card usually deals with trauma. It's deep, painful wounds. And I feel like that is causing a lot of the, like, stopping and starting. Okay. Three of Swords. More trauma. This is releasing heartbreak. I don't know, your cards are a little bit confusing. I feel like something didn't work out for you. And that's what this kind of is in the past, and you're kind of settling for things. And then you have the Five of Pentacles, which also kind of confirms it. So these two cards represent some sort of loss that happened that created a heartbreak situation. And it doesn't necessarily mean like heartbreak from losing someone. It can be a heartbreak of losing like part of you. These two cards make me feel like you lost something and now you are trying to heal from it, but you're not taking the like time and space for this because it is, I don't know what the right word is. Like, it doesn't feel like it's worth your time, but it is affecting everything else you're doing. Page of Cups. You need to I don't know. The Page of Cups gives me trust. This card, it involves a lot of trust aspects. And then you have this Wand card. It's so back and forth of like, I want this. I really, really want this. And then you're like, I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I don't do it. And it's kind of confusing and frustrating. But it's very like back and forth. Same card come out that we did in the first place. You feel like you don't have the experience. I feel like there is a lot of insecurity about doing things because you feel like you don't have the ability because something in your past did not work out. Eight of Wands. Things just feel like they're moving too fast, but you're sitting in one spot. But it's like things still keep coming to you. Ace of Swords. So it's like a breakthrough. It's like truth. It's confusing. Does that make sense? You're like, it's like you're walking around on a path and the signs are upside down. Like, yeah, you're moving forward, but it doesn't mean you're not lost. You're on a path and it's signs telling you where to go, but it doesn't mean you're not lost. It's like everyone is speaking a different language and you're just like, yeah, no, that makes sense, but like, what do I do with that? So let me see what we do about it. Okay. Okay. So first card, we have the Two of Swords reversed. You feel stuck and you feel like you need to make a decision about something. Let me see what the decisions are. Universe is forcing me to do shit I know to do, but it's hard for me to figure out what I really want. Okay, so the decision is between making a risk of something that you actually want to do versus staying stable. They make me feel like you take baby steps to do this, but that's not gonna really work because they make me feel like you lose interest too fast when you take baby steps. You're like, this isn't what I thought it was, but it's kind of like you're dipping your toe in the pool and you're like, ew, it's wet. And then you don't actually go in, but they're like, you didn't actually experience the pool, you just like dipped your toe in. You know what I'm saying? That's what this card gives me. They're like, it's this decision, this is the question I asked, this decision is between these two things. So these two things is the Fool, which is making like some sort of crazy uncalculated risk, and then the this is the Ten of Pentacles, which is like stability, wealth, settling down, but it's reversed because you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Makes sense. So that's the decision. What do you do about the decision? We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is giving up when it's in reverse like this. You feel like giving up has a lot of stigma. Give up on the things that you don't give up on this. Are these really good reasons to keep the stability? Just because you want stability? Stability a lot of times doesn't actually mean stable, it means familiar. So like it could be like horrible at what you're doing. Like it could be like so hard and like painful for you to do, but you do it because it feels familiar. It feels like, oh, well, I can handle this because I'm used to it. But like, why are you doing it? That's kind of what this card is giving it. It's very much just give up on the things that like you don't want to do. I know that sounds really simple because I know what that means. Yeah, the stability is hella unstable, but it feels like home. I've experienced what you're talking about. It's like, yeah, but they're so safe and whatever, but like, are they? Or are they just like, you're used to them? And then you have the Ten of Cups reversed. You're not in alignment. You need to find that. And Six of Pentacles. You need to start leveling things out. You're doing too much. You're pouring out of the cup. This is like balance. When it's upright like this, it means you want to balance things. But I feel like in order to make this decision, that was the first card, you need to give up on what you're doing now because it's not working. Clearly it's not working. It's not in alignment. And it might be balanced, but you feel like you're pouring from an empty cup. Do you have questions? Because after your questions, I will move on to Litzy. In Litzy, I'm going to use this other deck. Gotcha. Nah, I think you nailed it. Litzy, you here? Let me know what question you have or if you want a general reading. Let me know. Sorry, I'm overlooking at my, like, thing here. Vanessa! Thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. You're so sweet, kind, and everything in between. Okay. Yes, I'm here. Do you have a question or would you like a general reading? So I'm trying to figure out how to block someone. I don't know if I can do that. Wait. Here it is. This might be better. Okay. Great. Always sending love. Okay. I feel stagnant in every aspect of my life. Like, on one hand, I want to grow and improve, but on the other hand, I just feel energetically stuck. I would appreciate a reading around this feeling. Hi, Jeremiah. How's it going? Or if my spirit guides want to drop in with some wisdom, I'd appreciate it. 9 of Cups. Sorry, I like hit my mic with this. Okay. Being blocked by the 5 of Swords. I feel stagnant. Okay. Oh, right. I feel like this needs to go like that. Okay. So you have 2 cards that are crossed. I feel like you have... Okay, so you have the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is like a wish come true. It is very, very, very dreamy. It's very, very good wish. It's satisfactory. Everything in between, but it is being blocked by the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords usually deals with conflict. It's conflict with truth. So it's very spicy. It's very hurtful. Fighting with truth is very, very hurtful. And when it's sideways, a lot of times it is in regards to other people or outside force giving you the conflict versus the inner turmoil that you have about it. You're overthinking things. You're resisting things. It's kind of like a inner fight in your head with these like truth aspects. Who am I? What am I doing with that? In regards to the 9 of Cups, this is everything you could possibly want. I feel like other people are telling you don't want this because it's too hard. It's not you. This can't be you. Like, whatever it is. Outside sources are making you internalize things about yourself to have this false narrative about what you can and can't do. Because you know what you want. You have this 9 of Cups here. And you're being blocked because people, it's almost like they're stealing your truth or making you feel lost on who you are or make you question who you are. That's what these 2 cards are giving me. And you have the Empress, which you feel put down. The Empress card, usually when it's in reverse, it promotes self-love. Because the Empress card usually has that strong creativity, like abundance. It deals with like femininity. It deals with like being intuitive. But when it's in reverse, it's very like blocked scarcity mindset, dependent on like what other people think about it. It's very it feels like you like lost your voice and things. And then your next 2 cards, you have 2 cards that they want to cross as well. We'll start with the Lover's card. The Lover's card is a reverse. This is self-love. This is the relationship you have with yourself. I feel like you need to learn how to do that, and that's why these 2 cards are crossed, because the 8 of Pentacles deals with like learning a lesson, and with it being sideways, it's the difference between that like skill development versus like not having a commitment to doing that. It is putting your full self into learning about whatever topic, in this case is self-love, versus like not fully being in it, because I feel like you don't, like, it's not worth it to you. Like there's something about you there's something wrong with you, and that's not true. But I feel like there's a belief in your head that says you don't deserve it. And that is coming from a lot of other people. 7 of Swords deals with deception. That is lies from the outward source, since it is upright. Other people have been kind of shitting on you for a very long time. And it is creating a lot of false narratives of who you are. You may feel like there's something wrong with you, and that's why all these things are happening, but it's actually, I feel like, the people that you surround yourself with. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is showing a fork in the road. You are planning on a different path. I have that deck. I love it so much. Dude, me too. It's one of my first decks that I have. So much fighting. These two want to cross as well. Five of Wands. This is a fighting with ideas instead of truth. This is kind of like, I don't know. I feel like everything you do feels like a fight with everyone. I feel like you are not surrounding yourself with people that like truly see and accept you. And it may be a reflection of how you feel about yourself. The second you find someone that accepts you, it's going to be a very big life change. Okay, so the cards that I just pulled, you have Strength in reverse. Sorry, I feel like you don't feel like you have this because the next card is the Ten of Swords, which means like trauma. They're like, you put these two cards together, it's kind of like, it's like someone pulled all the strength out of you, and it makes you feel like you don't have any options with the Ace of Pentacles, and you're not sure where to go next. Other people have been beating you down for a really long time, and it's because they do not understand you. There's nothing wrong with you, I promise. Other people are making you feel that way. The reason why I could say that is because people that think that they're fine and good, like narcissistic, negative people, they don't think about how they're negatively affecting people. They don't think or constantly worry about, well, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I did something to make them like upset. They think more in a like selfish, like egotistical way of life. So there's not something wrong with you. It is just every time you speak, someone's like, well, prove it. And that's not how it should be. Everything feels like a fight, and I'm just like, why? Let's see what you do about that. Five of Cups. Why did I get the urge to cry? Yeah. I have experienced the same thing. That's why the last year I lost a lot of people, because I do not feel seen by them. So once someone saw me and was like, oh yeah, what you're doing is fine, like you're not too much, then I was like, so if you're saying that's fine and it's not too much, then why are all these other people being so mean to me? It's a good time. Ooh. Okay. So this is what we do about it. Hello, how goes it? Okay, let's do Five of Cups. So they want to say this is what you need to do. You need to address the painful emotions. Five of Cups is like sadness, loss, grief, disappointment, pessimism. You need to evaluate how you feel about things, how you feel about what they're saying. And the reason they want me to say that is because I feel like a lot of times when you have emotions, you invalidate them and put other people's emotions above yours. So even though you're feeling this, you're like, but they were, like, you make an excuse of like, but they're just having a hard day. They have trauma too. It can't be as bad as my trauma. Like, their trauma, my trauma can't be as bad as their trauma. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. It's usually someone that's very logical. They do things like very much by the book. It's a very practical sort of sense. And I feel like you need to think about it in a more logical sense and instead of a like more emotional sense. Because like It's like they are talking about pulling yourself out of the picture, and if someone else was coming to you about these things, how would they view it? Like, would you let these people do those things to someone else? So why are you letting them do that to you? But that's hard because this page card is also giving the, like, I don't have a lot of experience doing that. The next thing is Knight of Wands. You need to start seeing your ideas, yourself as this, like, inspired action. You need to not reject yourself. You need to find ways to accept yourself. And the way, again, you're going to do that is validating your emotions, viewing the situation as it is, and not putting the, like, ties to these people in the mix, if that makes sense. It's very much like if someone came up to you and are like, why are you doing that? So awful. And they're saying something mean to you. Because they're like your sister or like your best friend, you're like, you make excuses of why they're doing that, but they are just being mean to you. And why do they get to talk to you like that? You kind of need to, like, simplify it. And that will help you to start accepting yourself. So that's going to move into, God, you have a lot of knights. So knight. You have 3 knights in a row. Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Are you in a relationship? Is this a relationship? Sometimes knights can be that. The reason why I ask is this is my Prince Charming card, Knight of Cups. This card also represents a dream come true. I feel like it might be someone coming into your life that will help change things, but it can also be re-accepting yourself. So something's going to happen that's going to make you start accepting who you are. And that's going to start showing yourself your passions and that these dreams that you've had for so long are actually valid. Because you're going to start feeling you're starting to start feeling more accepted by yourself. So you're going to start accepting these dreams as possible. So that is why you feel so stuck, is because every time you do something, someone's like, well, that sounds dumb. Why would you do that? And kind of diminish you. And that is causing you to do the same thing. So you need to reprogram your brain to think, no, it's a fucking great idea. Fuck you. It's going to take some time, though. I feel like you are one of the people that wants to do it right, do it by the book. This is a very positive card, but it is going to take a lot of time. So the only thing that this card warns of is it can't be perfect, but it can be done right. You need to do it in a very slow, progressing way, and that's going to reestablish the foundation. It's going to feel stuck, but there will be movement. So it is more so focus on one step instead of doing 10 in one day. It's like set a minimum, and once you accomplish the minimum, celebrate those things. And then you have the Magician card, so you have the resources to manage that, and this is you reclaiming back yourself. This is Queen of Wands is like your inspiration, your creativity, your intuition. You are starting to accept you for you, the confidence, the independentness, the independence. That's the word I'm looking for. See you, Brendan. That is kind of like where this needs to go. Do you have questions? Once I'm done with this, we're going to go to Rin. Peace. Let me know if you have questions. Sorry, I'm thinking about feeding my animals. I started the live stream a little late because I wanted to like edit and stuff like that. I didn't finish editing. But maybe I don't know. I'm trying to make a video for Hey Bye, and I want it to be maybe in 2 parts, but it's very long. No, that was a roller coaster of emotions. Thank you, I appreciate it. Rin, you are next. After Rin, I have Brittany. Rin, Do you have a question? Do you want a general reading? Let me know. Yeah, I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you guys purchasing readings. It means a lot to us and allows us to like continue doing this. Can I also say I don't know why my video camera is a square. Maybe it's in here. I don't know. At least it's been consistent, you know? Rin, no question, just whatever. I have been curious about past lives recently for some unknown reason, so maybe that. Can you give me a general reading? We're doing paid readings, and I'm sold out for today. I'm so excited for the next video of the priest. Dude, the content that we have it planned is crazy. It literally, like, can stand by itself, but we're in the process of working on that. It had to get pushed back, obviously, because Ryker was in the hospital. It was rough. But Rin, you want to do past life things. I could do that with cards. Sorry, I'm like looking at one of your past lives and talking to them about things. Okay, I'm trying to decide how to describe him. I feel like you were this man, and he has like a broken foot or something. He's like limping. It was like a long time ago. I think it's before electricity. Where's my pendulum? Here it is. Yeah, before electricity, he kind of feels like pirate is the wrong word, but like I don't know what the right word, like a rebel or something. Rebel's not the right word either. He's kind of like, he's not a criminal, but he's kind of like a crook. Because he's not like mean, he's just kind of like very poor and lived in a place where they were like horrific to poor people, so he kind of like lashed out to protect the people of the village. So he would like steal things from people so that he could feed other people that couldn't afford to eat, but they like knew him as the thief. And I feel like you like injured yourself one day and your like leg was injured and it didn't heal right, which will like make sense because like I don't think you would have been able to get the right like treatment for it. But I just see you like limping. So yeah, but they're also talking about you having like a wife. I feel like you were in a relationship with a woman and you had a baby. A little girl. Your wife was blonde. You had brown hair. You had a mustache. Your hair was very dark. Dark brown. Hold on. I'm asking them if the baby lived. Because I feel like she did. But I don't think you lived very long after. Because I see her as like a little girl. Maybe like 7, 8. And then I feel like you got sick and died. So you were a part of her life for a little bit. But you lived a very risky life. You did a lot of, I don't know, you kind of like, you kind of were an asshole to the people that kind of deserved it, but that also put you in a situation that wasn't like great or safe for you. So it ended up catching up with you. I think, I don't know. I feel like you, was it your foot? Because I feel like you got sick. I feel like your foot got like infected or something. You lived pretty long with it, but it just like, it like impacted your immune system going forward. So it is like a bit confusing because I'm like, okay, did this kill you? But it impacted your, okay. So this is what I'm getting. Something happened to your foot. That's the most important part because I feel like it's the reason or it impacted how you died. I feel like someone like cut your leg like down here, it like with like a sword or something, or like a knife, a dagger, something sharp, and it went very, very deep, got infected, but eventually ended up like healing like incorrectly, but it, because you got an infection, it caused you to like your immune system to be very, very out of whack. It like caused like your immune system to be very not okay. So later on, even after this like healed on your leg, you got really, really sick and died very, very quickly. I feel like you got like something with like cold-like symptoms, and it progressed very, very, very fast, and you were dead within a few days. But I feel like you lived near water, like on a pier or something. You lived in a little wooden house with a wife and one little girl. I feel like they lived a lot longer, but you, because you were doing a lot of like fucking around, you kind of got hurt and eventually it killed you. Do you have questions? But yeah, I feel like you were kind of like a thief or like a vigilante, but neither of those words are like true. This tracks, I love him. Because I feel like it wasn't unwarranted. I feel like they like, sometimes they need to know. Sometimes they deserve it. Yeah, do you have questions? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let me know if you have any other questions about that. No questions. And then I have Brittany. Brittany, you're my last reading for today. Do you have a question for your reading, or would you like to do a general reading as well? Let me know. While you answer, I might do a live stream tomorrow. We're just trying to, like, get through the month, so, money-wise, so I'm probably going to do some sort of reading tomorrow. I don't know what, like, reading live stream, probably around the same time, because I think we have D&D tomorrow. I think it's 6 Mountain Time, I think. So, I might be on here at 3 Eastern. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know. Follow us on Instagram. And I'll tell you if we're going to come and do another live stream. But we need to pay for our bills for the month. So that we can continue doing this. But how much are they usually? These readings are $35. I probably will do some other kind of reading. Let me look at my shop. I can do spirit guide readings. Oh, and I forget how much all of these are. Spirit guide readings are 65. I think past life readings are the same. I can also do smoke drawing readings, which would be 45. I don't know. What kind of readings would you like? Is there somewhere we can watch the D&D? No, unfortunately. This is a D&D that we're doing with people. Eventually, we want to have a D&D channel. We have one, but we want to start posting on it. So I'll give you the link for that. But we're playing D&D with friends. But eventually we want to get into streaming it for people and like doing fun things. And that's going to be on that channel. But yeah, let me know what kind of stream like readings would you guys like. And then Brittany, I'm here. I've been wondering if my dreams are trying to tell me anything. I've been dreaming about certain people and don't know what to think about it. No problem. Eight of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Let me just tell you what these cards mean. So, Eight of Wands deals with fast-paced change. I feel like there's a lot going on in your life. Like, not financially, but like success-wise. So you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is like luxury, abundance, it's self-sufficiency. I've always thought it would be neat if you let chat run one of the players. Each run pools for decisions that the chat player would make. That would be fun. I don't know how that would like translate, but it is a cool idea. I feel like things in your life are going more like you are experiencing a lot of success in your life. A lot of abundance going your way, but it's happening really, really quick. And I feel like it's impacting other areas in your life. It might be causing a lot of jealousy, because I feel like maybe these friends are people that you've known for a while. Six of Cups usually deals with like childhood trauma or childhood nostalgia. With it being upright, I feel like it might be someone from your like childhood, someone that you've known for or had a connection with for a very, very long time. And I feel like they might be feeling either, I don't know, they are being affected by this. And let me see, I feel like there's like a jealousy feeling, but also a like worry of feeling of like alone. And I also feel like you're dealing with a lot of trauma release. And it is making you look at things differently. So let me finish these cards. We have the Six of Pentacles. With this card in reverse, you're a little bit unbalanced with things. You even have a Two of Pentacles here in reverse, which is like you're being weighed down by something. And I feel like you're being weighed down by those relationships that you are talking about. And the reason why you're being weighed down by them is there's this feeling like you have to be a certain person with it. Because the, sorry, I'm trying to get the autofocus. Okay. The Two of Pentacles reverse. This card usually deals with like Like, they want me to say a lack of boundaries. This card is usually a lack of balance. Because you can see this guy is, like, balancing on one leg on this ball. But they make me feel like you are learning boundaries. And it is uncomfortable for the both of you. Or for you and these people. And the reason why I say that is because these two cards came together. This Six of Pentacles is, like, you're giving too much of yourself and you're not receiving a lot of it back. This is a give and receive. That's where the balance comes from. You have to have something in your cup in order to pour from it. But right now you are pouring from an empty cup. And I feel like the truth is coming out. This is a breakthrough. You're starting to realize these things. So I said these three cards are asking what the feeling on their side is. We have the Ten of Swords, which is releasing trauma. I feel like this is causing you to release that trauma, and it's causing you to start going with the flow a little bit more. But it's really scary because it is unfamiliar territory. I also want to pull cards on their side to see how their energy comes in on this. You have the Moon card sideways. I feel like they're unsure about things. They're not really, like, looking at their emotions the way that they should. They're a bit confused. They're a bit triggered. They feel like they're not getting enough attention. And I don't know if that's from you, because you might be busy, because those first two cards make me feel like you're getting a lot of, like, traction of things. You're busier, and they see it and notice it and feel it. And it's just not working well for them. You have the Four of Swords reversed. They're overthinking everything that's going on. And they see this, like, opportunity. What is the opportunity? Okay. Opportunity. They want me to have this card sideways. You have the King of Cups. King of Cups is, like, they're trying to be compassionate about things. They're trying to put their emotions aside, but they're also a little bit impatient about things. And I feel like this is in relationship to this Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is usually, like, some sort of physical opportunity being handed to you. And I feel like they are trying to be supportive, but at the same time, they have feelings about it that may feel a bit back and forth. Because these two next cards are interesting. They're kind of tied together. So you have the Eight of Cups, which is abandoning plans and going somewhere else. And the Two of Cups, which is kind of like evaluating a relationship. And with it being in reverse, it's kind of like there's this disharmony within a relationship. You're trying to process or evaluate where you guys are now. Does that make sense? Does these make sense with your dreams? Because I feel like there is a, like, worry that something weird is going on with these people. And I feel like you're picking up that and processing it in your dreams. Because I feel like it's not really fully being represented with this card here. But there is this feeling like something is, like, falling apart. Does this make sense to you, Brittany? While you answer, I'm very excited about playing D&D with my friends tomorrow because Ryker and I are playing twins. I am going to be an Asmar, which is like a celestial angel type being, but I'm a fallen one. So I have, like, skeletal wings that come out when I get crazy. And then Ryker is my twin brother, and he is a tiefling, hollowed one, meaning that he is, like, risen. He died and is risen. Makes sense with my work relationships. Are those the people that you're having dreams about? Maybe I'm wrong about that. I've been wondering if my dreams are trying to tell me anything. I've been dreaming about certain people and don't know what to think about. Nine of Wands, Empress. Yeah, let me know if you have questions. But yeah, in this D&D campaign, I'm a blood wizard, which means that I can, like, break the game by, like, using blood magic and taking damage. And then Ryker is a blood hunter, which they can break the game doing blood magic. Well, not necessarily blood magic, but blood things, maybe. I don't know. They do a lot of damage, and it is impressive to watch. I don't know. It's fun. But we both have, like, stark white hair. We're nobles. We're from, like, a, noble family, and we are a bit rebellious. And at some point, Ryker's character, whose name is McLean, like, dies, and I have to figure out how to resurrect him. It's funny, my D&D character in my campaign is actually really similar to our past life you described. Well, I've been dreaming about a guy I've had a complicated relationship past with. Interesting. Do you have questions? I'm not sure, because I feel like it might be about that, but I don't know. If you say it makes more sense with your colleagues. But the cards I pulled for doing that is, I don't know why I try to show the cards that way. You have the High Priestess in reverse, which means you need to start listening to your gut. And this card is like, you're not listening to it. You're not listening to your intuition. You're not learning about what's going on. There's not a commitment to that. You want it to be perfect, and it's not. You have the Three of Wands. I feel like your growth is changing things. Should I reach out to them or just let it flow? I don't know. Based on your reading, I feel like reaching out to them is going to be triggering. Because these cards that I pulled for you, because I still feel like the reading that I gave you was about that. Because it feels very much like the other person is a bit spiteful of things. And the 4 cards that I pulled here, you're not listening to your intuition. You are... What do I want to say? There's not the commitment there. This is a lack of commitment to, like, learning the lesson. Because this card, upright, is usually learning some lesson, some skill development. When it's reversed, there's no commitment to learning it. The expansion to grow, it would cause you to grow a lot if you did reach out, but not in the way that you think. And then you have the Lover's card in reverse, which I feel like is pretty clear. This is focus on yourself before you focus on another relationship. Any other questions before I finish things? But yeah, making D&D characters that are similar to your past lives, I feel like we do that all the time. Gotcha, thank you. Serenity. Thank you so much for the super chat. Unfortunately, we're done doing readings for today, but I can give you a 1 card reading. We'll do a couple, and I'll give you a short version. I feel like you don't know where to put your energy in either of those things. But thank you so much for the super chat. I feel like you are, you feel a bit trapped. And I feel like you don't know what to do. You don't know what to put your energy in. And I feel like the whole reason why is because you are creating a narrative of your life that isn't really true to you. It's kind of like controlling. It's like you're not allowing your life to unfold. You're trying to forcibly turn the page. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Thank you guys so much for purchasing readings. I will probably be back tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. It might be spirit guide readings or something along those lines. But yeah, I just appreciate you all for supporting us. It really means a lot. I'm going to try to have some videos and podcasts come out this week. Hopefully. We'll see how that goes. But if all else fails, we are planning on doing a live stream with the side-eye guy on Thursday, so make sure you check that out. We will keep you posted on what time. It is going to be sometime in the evening, EST. We don't have the exact time yet, and things can still change on that. But again, thank you so much. We appreciate all of you, every single one of you, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.